Presentation techniques. Let's watch this video clip and do the activity. How to give a great oral presentation. Your abstract has been accepted and you are about to give an oral presentation at your first big conference. Here are some tips to help you present your research in the best way possible. Step 1. Planning. You're usually only given a few minutes for an offered oral presentation. So, make sure to pick one key message and use your slides to get that across. It can be tempting to try and fit in all your research, but that can really muddy the message. Try to think about who will be in the audience so that you can pitch your presentation at the right level. Slide. Avoid busy slides. Make sure your slides are clear and concise so the audience can concentrate on you and not be distracted by lots of text. A good rule of thumb is one graph or diagram per slide. This allows your work to take center stage, helps to drive your message, and provides a prompt for the next part of your story. Don't forget about the story. A good presentation will have a logical flow. Set the scene clearly, but don't spend too much time on the background. Step 2. Practicing. Timing is really key. Make sure you plan your presentation so you can fit everything in without finishing too early or rushing at the end. Practicing should also help make sure you don't speak too quickly or and too much. Question. The presentation is not just about your slides. There will also be time to interact with your audience. Leave time for questions. Try not to be nervous about questions. They can lead to really useful feedback on your work. Why not practice your presentation in front of some colleagues to get their feedback? This will help you refine your talk, and they might come up with some questions you haven't thought of. If you can practice in a room similar to the one you will be presenting in, this will get you used to giving your talk. Step 3. Delivery. On the day, you'll probably be a bit nervous. That's normal. And the nerves will disappear once you get started. Make eye contact with your audience and smile. Speak as clearly as you can so that everyone understands you. Remember, you know more about the research than anyone else in the room. You are the expert. Any questions are from people who are interested in your work and want to know more. This is good. Make the most of the opportunity to show off your research and enjoy it. Body language for presentations. One of the great ways to stand and present with confidence is by working on our body language. Let's look at 3 ways to improve your nonverbal body language in presentations so that people can hear your message in a much more confident and composed way. The first tip is eye contact and smile. You have to look directly into somebody's eyes that's listening about 99% of the time. Not too much at your notes, your slides, at the floor, or over their heads. Look directly in someone's eyes almost the whole time, long enough to finish a thought and then move on to the next person. Don't just stare at one person the whole time, and don't scan so that you are never locking in. One thought, one look, long enough to finish about a sentence. Feel that connection, and then you move on to the next person. While you are making eye contact, you got to smile. You want to smile and warm your face up a little bit so that when you are making eye contact with somebody, they feel a connection with you. That is welcoming and supportive. Tip number 2. Posture and gestures. These things go together. In terms of what not to do for posture, You don't want to shuffle your feet back and forth. Don't sway your hips or cross and uncross your legs repetitively. Don't pace around like a wild person. You can walk with a purpose. Stop, share your message, and then maybe a minute or so later, walk again. Don't pace. Now, you've got your posture. Let's add some gestures to it. Don't put your hands in your pockets, behind your back, or grab onto different parts of your body for security. All that looks very distracting. Don't interlock your fingers or wring your hands. You should loosely grasp your hands at about belt level and then just gesture naturally from there. Small little gestures that you can do all day long. It's just going to add a nice emphasis to your words and not going to be distracting whatever. Tip number 3, you want to pause. And when you pause after a key idea, add a little tiny bit of a note. A really convincing and persuasive speakers do this. If you pause after a key idea and nod, that pause is really persuasive and the nodding is contagious. You'll see that people listening to you actually start to nod a little bit with you. And that's one of the ways that you know you have them. It's a very subtle but powerful non-verbal body language tip.